Good morning, children. I hope you're all well. Welcome to another assembly story time. It is so good to see you all. Now, do you remember the story we had last week and the week before last? We had Kitty Princess, and that was all about a princess who was very, very rude, wasn't she? She didn't speak to other people very nicely, but she learned her lesson and she changed in the end. And then last week we had the story of the go-away bird. And remember, the go-away bird was the same. He didn't speak very nicely to other people to begin with, but again he changed his ways as the story went on. Now our story today is the rainbow fish, one of my very favourites. Now I wonder if you can listen today and tell me at the end of the story, why do you think I've chosen this story and which of our 4 school rules does this story apply to? Are you ready? A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. And look at how beautiful he is. He really is a stunning fish. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. And they would say, "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call, "come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. So he's not really speaking to the other fish, is he? One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your beautiful shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." Do you think he's going to? "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset he told all of his friends what had happened. And then, from then on, nobody would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They just turned away as he swam by. Well, he was very rude, wasn't he? What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "Well, I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep, dark cave, you will find the wise octopus there, and maybe she can help you." I wonder what that wise octopus is going to say. The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. Can you see the octopus? There he is. "I've been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." I wonder if he's going to take the wise octopus's advice. "I can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared back into a dark cloud of ink in his cave. "Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales? How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please don't be angry. Please may I have just one tiny little scale?" The Rainbow Fish wavered. "Only one very, very small shimmery scale," he thought. "Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one." And carefully the Rainbow Fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much," the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his other blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the Rainbow Fish. For a long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new glittering scale shining and shimmering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had all been given away. Yet he was very, very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. Now, what did you think to that story? Can you go back to what I said at the beginning, and can you have a little think about why do you think I've chosen this story for assembly time? What is the moral in this story? What do you think we've learnt? What do you think the rainbow fish learnt in that story? Have a really, really, really good think. Can I hear you? I'm sure at home you will now be saying something like, to begin with, the rainbow fish wasn't kind, was he? And he thought he was almost better than everybody else because he looked so shimmery and sparkly. But actually, he wasn't kind, was he? And he didn't share to begin with. Did that make him happy? Being all by himself, not sharing, not being kind, that didn't make him happy, did it? He was a lonely fish. But then, the minute that he learnt to share and get along well with other people, he felt better, didn't he? Because he'd learnt to share and his friends really appreciated him. Now, can you think which of our 4 school rules that story really relates to? Let's just remind ourselves of our 4 school rules. Ready? We're kind, we're polite, we smile at each other, and we try our best not just with our work, but with the way that we treat other people. Now, which of those 4 school rules do you think applies to this story? Have a good think. Have a really, really good think. Have you had a chance? Have you said we are kind? Because actually, the rainbow fish was kind in the end, wasn't he? He learnt to share and he was kind. And didn't it make him feel better because he was doing the right thing? Now, I hope you've all enjoyed the story this week, and I look forward to seeing you next week ready with another story. Take good care. Bye.